We are now in the midst of the days between Yom HaShoa and Yom Ha'atzmaut, very meaningful, very powerful days. And I think we have to try to think about the theological and the moral meaning of these days. On one hand, it reminds us the fact that we have the privilege to live in the times that actually we witness maybe the most profound, the most dramatic events that happened to the Jewish people ever since the Churban Habayit, the destruction of the Second Temple. I'm speaking about on one hand the Shoah, and on the other hand the revival of the establishment of Medinat Israel, of the state of Israel. And Rav Amital used to say that when we say in Tehillim, Shir HaMa'alot B'shuv Hashem et Shivat Zion Haynu Kecholmim, that in the days that are coming back to Zion we are like dreamers. What does it mean? That in a dream, as we know, we have the feeling that the dream took place a long, long time, but we know actually that it's just a few seconds. It's very intense. And in this time, just to think about the intensity of the history of the Shoah and the Medina, just to think about the fact that people in the age of my own parents, the same eyes that witnessed Auschwitz, the same eyes saw the establishment of the State of Israel and the Six-Day War with all the miracles. There's no any way to express and to define this kind of days. It's like a biblical miracles, just to think about it, the intensity of the history. But I think we have to take it to another step, to another stage, to try to understand the religious, the moral, the spiritual meaning of these two events. And usually when I speak to people, young people, Israelis that are coming back from a tour in Auschwitz, and I ask them, okay, what did you take out? What is the main message that you take out from this journey? So some of them usually says that my lesson is that now I understand why we need Medinat Israel, we need the state of Israel, we need to rely on our own power, etc. And in my eyes, it's really not a sufficient answer. It's not enough. I think obviously it's very important now that we have the ability to defend ourselves, but I don't think this is enough. I think we have to go one step furthermore and to understand what is the meaning of Medinat Israel, what is the aim, what is the tachlit. It's not just the kiyum, just the existence of the Jewish people. We have a message to bring to the world, and we have to say to ourselves that if the Nazis, they symbolize maybe the evil in the world, and they were the ones that actually humiliated every human being, and the idea of humanity, we in Medinat Israel should be quite the opposite, the ones that will express the idea that we have to respect any human being, to dignify, to understand that any human being, no matter which religion, which race, every human being was created in the image of God. Ki b'tzelem Elohim asa et adam. This should be the core message of Medinat Israel. So it's not enough that we will exist here in Medinat Israel, but we have to find that to understand that our message is to bring to the world this kind of message. So even now, unfortunately, 70 years after, almost 70 years after the establishment of Medinat Israel, we still have to fight in order to survive. And unfortunately, the very existence of Medinat Israel, it's not obvious in our area in the Middle East. And therefore, we still have to defend ourselves and to rely on our power. But at the same time, we have to remind ourselves that this is not enough. The power is not aim by itself, is not matara, it's just a mean in order to be the kli, the vessel to bring the idea to the world, and to do it in the right way, in the moral way, in our own way, the Jewish way, that will be quite the opposite from what we have witnessed in the time of the Shoah. So let us just pray that as we had the privilege to see the beginning of redemption, Reshit Tzmichat Geulutenu, we all see together the Geula Shlema, and we'll see the fulfillment of the words of Yeshayahu Hanavi that says that from this place we'll bring the message of peace and morality to the world. Mitzion tetzeh Torah udvar Hashem Yerushalayim. What will be the message of this Torah? וכיתתו חרבותם לעתים וחניתותיהם למזמרות, לא יישא גוי גוי חרב, לא ילמדו עוד מלחמה, כי מלאה הארץ דעה את השם, כמים לים מכסים. That from this place we'll have the privilege to bring the world the message of peace and morality and understanding, that this is the main issue that we are here from, to bring this message to the world, as Hashem said to the Abraham in the beginning of his way, ונברכו בך כל משפחות האדמה.